We did top 3 cakes. Yes. And I'm just going to say my 4, 5, and 6 in no particular order for cakes are carrot cake, triple chocolate cake, and red velvet. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tea Time Vlog, another version, iteration, whatever you want to call it. My name's T, and the US is finally going to have a new president. No, honestly, I am... I'm happy just because I have family that live out there, and I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like Donald Trump was in fact, no, Donald Trump was not good for that place. I think the way he came in terms of wanting to like shake up the whole political system has really like woken a lot of people up and kind of opened people's eyes to what America is really like. But that's enough. Like, you know, that experiment is done. We don't need to keep that going. But congratulations, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, first South Asian, first woman, first black woman to be a president or vice president. So shouts out to them. I hope they see some real change. Second week of working from home, but since the new lockdown rules, just getting proper started early in the morning. Also, this month my family and I are doing a movement challenge. So November, so walking or running, minimum of 100 kilometers, and then there's a leaderboard involved, right? And going into this, I was extremely confident, and I still am. But I didn't realize how competitive my family actually are. So we've updated the leaderboard, and there are 4 family members who are over 40K already, like walking or running. And it's not chaos, but everyone is really excited and no one wants to lose. And I'm really happy about it. They're just taking it seriously, and it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of pushing me to do better as well. So walking and running, as of today, I'm on 62 kilometers, so 8 kilometers walked and 54 run. But like, my family's killing it too. My auntie, my mom, my cousin, other family members are like, okay, don't worry. My uncle is not doing it because he has like a what are these things called, like a spin bike in his house. So he's like, I do this every day. Obviously we can't count those, but he's getting down with it, and it's just a lot of fun. My other auntie as well, just everybody's really bought in, and I just didn't know what to expect when I thought of the challenge and we set this challenge out. But yeah, everybody's really into it, and it's a lot of fun. I obviously feel like I'm going to win. My mom is like, don't be too sure, because I'm right there. My cousin's like, hey. My cousin walked for 4 hours and 35 minutes, 28 kilometers. And I was just like, what? So, you know, like, everybody's up for it, and it's a lot of fun. But it's also a great way to get people in your family moving. Like, it doesn't have to be this intense, but you'd be surprised how competitive your family members actually are. And this might be a great way to just get everybody moving, everybody doing some exercise, get some people fit. And it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. We have like a spreadsheet, and then like an online leaderboard, so everyone can just go have a look to see when it was last updated, who's on top, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's 10 out of 10 would recommend. Outside of that, like, what that means is I basically have to do like 10K a day to stay on top. My family's really pushing me, but I'm here for it. I didn't do any like I've usually done like challenges for everybody who's on Nike Run Club, and I'll invite everyone, but I haven't done it this month just to kind of focus on the family challenge. And then I have my own set goal, which I'm on track for, but I won't share what it is until I complete it. And actually that kind of brings me into what I wanted to talk about today. So I got a question from my boy Sim, and he was just asking like, how did I get into running? How did I start running? And I think I've explained it before, but maybe not in depth. So when the first lockdown happened, I along with Gemma, we used to go sprinting and doing just like some fitness challenges and stuff. And then, you know, gyms were closed, didn't really have anywhere, and I was like, I really want to lose weight. So I was like, all right, cool. Talk to Marley, and it's like, all right, let's try running. And the way I started was I just went outside my house and ran for as long as I could. And when I first started, I kid you not, I ran like 1.5 kilometers, which probably took me 15 minutes. I know, that's terrible. But yeah, that's just where I was at. And then just slowly started to build up from there, right? To go up to like 2.5, 3. So yeah, I was just like consistent with it. Every day I'm going to run as far as I can. I'm going to run as far as I can and run as far as I can. Then once I started to like hit good numbers, well, when I say good numbers, once I started to be able to just hit 5K in one go, I was like, all right, I'm just going to stick here for a while. Let me just run 5K, try and get my time down. Did that for a bit. And then after a couple times, I would just go out and test myself. So just be like, how far can I run? So that's why I ran 11K to my grandma's house, then ran 18, eventually ran a half marathon. But there was a lot of things that came with that, right? So having to make sure that I was stretching was a big one, right? Foam rolling, stretching, warming up before my runs, because there's these things called overuse injuries, and if you don't warm up or stretch properly, you're essentially gonna get hurt from overusing a particular thing. And I've already had 2. So I've had one in my IT band and one in my hamstring ish, the bottom of my hamstring, just behind my knee. And I tell you, they're painful, they put you out. So it's super important, like when you're doing all this running, if you're starting off, to basically stretch, warm up, cool down, do all of these things. Like they help prepare your body for the run and then relax your body after the run, right? Another thing, like when I started out, was I used guided runs. So I'm a big advocate for Nike Run Club if you're trying to get into running, just because I think it's a great feature. I know people talk about Garmin and Strava, and I'm sure they're all fine. Map My Walk or Map My Run from Under Armour, I'm sure they're all fine. But for me, I just found like Nike Run Club, it was easy to get challenges with going with other people. And they have these things called guided runs, where there's a coach talking to you through your run, and for different reasons, whether it's a recovery run, whether it's just a short run, but they have a collection of runs for your first set of runs. So I didn't start with those, but I wish I had. So the first run, you know, like you're running, you're trying to push yourself, and the coach is just like, relax, it's just your first run, like pull back. And you know he's not there, but being able to like hear those instructions get you to the point where you're able to kind of coach yourself and push yourself. You start to pay attention to your pace, the distance covered, the time it takes. I don't really do speed runs per se, but then I'm very conscious of like, okay, what's my 5K time? What's my 7K? How much can I run in an hour? Okay, if I do 2 hours, I should be able to cover 14K. Maybe if I push, I can get to 15K. So I'm very aware of the different like times and distances and the pace I'm doing for each. But those guided runs were like a really good place for me to start off, right? It was a good support situation for me. So Nike Run Club, started doing the guided runs, and then just increasing bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. And it's hard, but the challenges also kept me going. Seeing what other people were doing, and I mean, you shouldn't really compare yourself, because you know, like, everyone's running their own race, but running in a competition, you always want to do better, which once again I'm finding with this family competition that we're doing. Knowing that my mom can wake up in the morning and just without even trying, go walk 8K, means that I don't really have a choice. Like, I have to run that 8K, I have to run that 10K, because she will easily catch me. My mom's not ramping at all. She is not messing around. Same thing with my auntie and my cousin and other family members. They're not messing around. They're all just like, yeah, we came to win. This is a competition. So, you know, having that sense of competition, competing against people. I remember doing a challenge that had one of my other guys, Arnold, was in it, and he ran like an hour before me, so he finished the challenge first, and I saw it, and I immediately went out and ran my fastest 10K at the time. I don't know why. Like, obviously I'm happy that he did well, but also it's frustrating for me, right? But that's just that element of competition. So yeah, starting from ground zero, just running as much as I could on each given day. But like, that run wasn't a lot. So under 5 kilometers, once you hit like 5 kilometers, whether it's 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, whatever you're hitting, you then either try and do that distance for a shorter period, like with a shorter time. So if I'm running, so I get to 5K, the first 5K I run is like 40 minutes or 45 minutes. All right, cool. Next time I run this 5K, I'm trying to drop underneath that initial time. So let's say the first one was 40. Next time I run, I'm trying to drop underneath that 40 time. Then drop underneath that and just keep pushing until I find like, okay, this pace that I'm trying to go at is quite a serious pace. So I don't know, like, I just have to yeah, it's quite a serious pace, so I just have to make sure. Sorry, there's just somebody. Anyway, yeah, if I'm running that 5K, all right, I've really pushed the pace, and now I'm like doing it in, say, like 32 minutes. For me, that's a push. I know for some people they get like 25 minutes and it's like, it was easy, but for me, that's a push. So all right, cool. Now that I've been able to push the pace, I know what kind of range I'm doing. I should never do a 5K more than 40, but it'll probably be more than 32. And then I'll say, all right, let me up the distance. Let me see this loop that I've created. How quickly can I do it? How many times can I do it? And yeah, you just kind of increase. So increase distance, then increase either like total time or like the speed, then increase distance again, increase the speed, and then you get to the point where you can like plan out your runs for a month. So every day I plan to run this much, or I'm gonna go like 5K, 6K, 7K, then stop at 7K, take a break, and then do it again, like that kind of thing. You can start to create or follow programs that are available online. I know next month I'm actually gonna follow like probably a half marathon training program. So like training for a month to run a half marathon. I've run one before without doing any specific training, but I'm interested to see what it's like to actually train for a distance run. But like, to be honest, probably the most important thing is just to get out and run. Like, if you can get out and run and say, I'm gonna run a little bit further each day, that's the best way to start. And it's okay to start on half a kilometer. It's okay to run and think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go like as fast as I can and burn out after 500 meters, because you know what to do the next day and what not to do the next day. The most important thing is to be moving. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, it's a bit of a short one today. Have a good week. Yeah, back in my car temporarily. A lot of people actually were like, they either weren't bothered by the change, or they were like, yeah, the car really separated you. So I'm back in my car temporarily, but to be honest, I will be transitioning to more of like a studio setting, but maybe that'll be a few episodes away, I don't know, maybe like another 5. So there'll still be some in the car. Remember, man, if I can do it, you can do it. Have a great week. Make sure, you know, just whatever your goals are, just remind yourself of those goals and really go after it, man, because you're capable. Everyone is capable. Like, you know, do it. You've got this. You know, right? We did the thing last time. You can follow me on Instagram at Is That Tito? ISTHATTITO. If you're watching this on Instagram, head over to YouTube, or wherever you're watching. If you're watching this on Instagram, head over to YouTube and find my channel. Subscribe to my channel. It's Tea Time Media. So that's TI space TIME space MEDIA. Tea Time Media. On my Instagram, I had a new video this week. Well, I had a new reel this week, and I had a new top 3 video this week. So we did top 3 cakes. Yes. And I'm just gonna say my 4, 5, and 6 in no particular order for cakes are carrot cake, triple chocolate cake, and red velvet. But my top 3, you can check those out over on Instagram. Yeah, man. Peace. Honestly, enjoy yourself. And family members, to those who watch this, I am winning this challenge. I'm sorry. I am winning this challenge. Anyway, adios, muchachos.